Hello? Hello? Can you see me? Hello? Ah, there you are. And what are you wearing? I didn't know you were in Thailand already. No, I thought you stopped playing that game back in high school. I'm sorry, son. Let me get down to it. Your colleagues have informed me that you'll soon be traveling to Bangkok. Splendid news. I hear you've already been learning some culture. Well, you still have one very important aspect to learn: values. Yes, as I'm sure you've learned, the Thai are a very complex culture. When you arrive, you may be confused at why everyone seems happy and pleasant, yet oftentimes they can be rude to you. You know all those smiles? Well, think of them as masks of their emotions. As Dr. Holmes of the Ford Foundation describes, the Thai have three circles of relationships. Now, these are not to be confused with Trampanar's diffuse and specific relationship circles. Even though Thailand is generally a specific culture, these three circles are unrelated from Trampanar's. There is, of course, the family circle, the cautious circle, and the selfish circle. Well, family should be obvious. Like most Asian countries, they are highly collectivistic, with the 20 in Hofstede's individualistic dimension. Family is probably the most important thing. Nothing is stronger than blood, you know, especially for them. They are also very particularistic. Then, on the opposite side of the family circle, you have the selfish circle. These are just ordinary people you might encounter throughout the day, such as fellow motorists or a passerby on the street. Since you do not expect to see these people later on in life, the Thai have a different standard of behavior in which they conduct themselves. Ah, that's where you'll be spending most of your time. These people are like coworkers, neighbors perhaps, people you interact with, or where the duration of your friendship could be a substantial amount of time. The Thai are so respectful, they are even fearful of being thought of as disrespectful. Thus, a different standard of behavior is expected for someone when they're going to see them again. This standard is derived from values. Well, there's three important ones: Krenjai, Namjai, and Samruam. Don't worry, I'll go through them. First, you have Krenjai. It's a little abstract, but it basically represents foregoing a personal interest or desire in order to prevent any uncomfortable circumstances, situations, or conflicts that may arise. However, there are many facets to it. Krenjai is everything from, let's say, accepting a friend's suggestion to go to dinner, even though you might have a taste for a different restaurant, or accepting an invitation to drinks from a boss, even though you maybe just want to go home after work. Krenjai is especially practiced with junior members towards senior members, or those in a higher social standing. Well, then there's Namjai, which literally translates into water of the heart. This can be seen through random acts of kindness. Whereas Krenjai requires holding back, Namjai shows kindness through doing things which are not asked of them, rather just for the pleasure of the other person. An example would be preparing a meal, let's say for a neighbor who just had surgery, even though they never asked you to. Finally, there's Samram. Simply put, this is your composure and your ability to keep anger, frustration, and even sadness inside. Remember this, because you can lose a lot of respect in the office if others see you overly emotional. You'll be expected, in the business setting as well as other settings, to not outwardly display your emotions, not even in the office, in public, or even at a funeral. How well you can control your emotions usually speaks to how well one was raised. Well, Thailand has long been plagued with the unequal distribution of wealth and power. Throughout history, social hierarchy has solidified and the Thai have acclimated to these inequalities. Thailand, just like many other Asian countries, has a relatively ascriptive culture. They accept and expect their place in the hierarchy, yet still show respect to those in other standings. Krenjai is especially important for the interactions of those in the higher statuses. As I said earlier, there is a large fear of being considered disrespectful, thus helping to explain Thailand's high power distance and uncertainty avoidance ratings. The Thai accept that power is distributed unequally and avoid uncertainty as to prevent the possibility of offending someone within their cautious circle. If you examine the Thai using Hall's hidden dimension, you can see they are a high context culture and prefer not to be blunt or direct in communications. Well, not really. Thailand's masculinity index is only 34 compared to the Asian average of 54. Thai culture is marked by feministic traits, especially passiveness. See, assertiveness could be taken as rudeness or even poor demeanor. The main thing to remember is that they care a lot about what others think of them, and therefore will make a special effort to save face in front of anyone else in another circle. Well, I hope I have given you a better understanding of the Thai culture and why it is the way it is. Remember, they are an interesting bunch, but you have to remember that respect is key, especially in the workplace. With all that you've learned, it should not be a surprise that the highest dimension is in fact long-term orientation. Okay, I think you got it. I think you got it. Well, Godspeed. I will see you when you get to Bangkok. Bye, son.